Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video, we're going to be looking at some new scripts that I've created in Google Sheets that will basically allow anyone to import transaction history from a brokerage into their dividend portfolio tracking spreadsheet. And that will basically allow you to import all those transactions without having to manually do it yourself. So right now it's only for Fidelity and Vanguard, because different brokerages format their data differently, but I definitely hope to expand this in the future, and include as many brokerages as I can. So I'm going to show you guys where to find all the information you'll need and basically walk you through step by step how to set everything up. If you find value in my videos, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. This is Frank Mularcik. So I created this GitHub repository that you can look at and use. So basically all the code you'll need will be in there, and there'll be instructions in there as well, which I'm basically going to walk through in this video. So I'll leave a link to this repository in the description and comment section down below. So the first thing you need to do is basically look at this sample sheet. So I created a sample Google Sheets to kind of show what format your Google Sheets needs to be in. So you need to have a transactions sheet with buys and sells columns with all these appropriate columns in the right order. And then you need a dividend payment sheet with all these columns here. And then you need a sheet called var sheet, which is just for some variables that the script is going to use. You won't really need to do anything with this except just copy this. So if you want to, basically what you can do is for each of these sheets, if you don't have them yet, you can just right click and then copy to an existing spreadsheet or a new spreadsheet, and basically set those up within your spreadsheet. And once you have that done, the next thing you need to do is go to extensions and apps script in your spreadsheet, and this is going to open up a Google Apps script project. So if you have one already, that's fine, you can just add on to it. If you don't have one, that's fine as well, you can create a new one here. So first thing we need to do is in the code.gs file, we need to copy this file here, code.gs. So you can just open this up in the GitHub and just copy the contents here, and then paste it into your code.gs file. If you already have stuff in the code.gs file, that's fine. You can just add this on and that will work just fine, and then save that file. And then we're basically going to create all these other files here aside from the README. So you're going to need a constants.gs, fidelity transaction parse.gs, transaction.gs, and then Vanguard transaction parse.gs. So you're basically going to go into your project and create each of those files, and then copy the contents from the GitHub repository into your project. So I'll kind of show that a little bit and then skip through the rest of it because it's pretty straightforward. So that's kind of what you need to do, and then just create the rest of these files. So once you have that done, there are a few things left we need to set up. The first thing being the spreadsheet ID. So the ID of your spreadsheet is, if you go back to your spreadsheet file, in the URL here, there's a series of letters and characters between the D and edit. So you just want to copy those and then paste that into this variable within the constants.gs file that says spreadsheet ID. So you want to paste it within the quotation marks there, and then save that. And then also the other thing that you need to set up is your Polygon API. So if you don't have a Polygon account yet, I will link to a video where I talked about that previously, but basically you just need to set up a Polygon account and then create an API key and copy it into the spreadsheet. That's pretty straightforward. So you can check out that video, and I will do that here in this sheet as well, just so we have that. So once you have your Polygon API set up, you are pretty much done setting all this up. The one thing you might want to do is go into this code.gs file and just run, click run here, and it's going to run this onOpen file or function, and you need to authorize this script to run, so you have to review permissions and then select your account, and then click the advanced button here, and basically click go to the project, and that just allows it, and then you have to click allow, and that basically just allows the project to run. And you have to do that before you can run any of the other scripts, because otherwise your spreadsheet basically isn't authorizing that project to run. So now that we have everything set up, we can actually import our data and run our scripts. So in order to import the data, you need some sort of CSV file from your brokerage account. So that's pretty much a straightforward process to download that with all your transactions. And once you have that, you go to File and then Import, and then you can upload this file here, select it from your device, and I'm just blurring out some stuff here for privacy of my account numbers. But once that uploads, it's going to pop up this screen right here. And what you have to do is change this from create new spreadsheet to insert new sheets. And basically what that does is it's going to insert a new sheet in your spreadsheet with all this data. And then you can basically run the script at this point. As long as you are on this sheet here, you can click on scripts and then parse fidelity transactions, and it will run this script and import all the data into your spreadsheet and give you a little summary of how much you invested that month, how much you contributed, how much you received in dividends, stuff like that. And usually this script is going to take a few minutes to run. The reason for that is it has to, whenever you receive a dividend, it has to call the Polygon API, and with the free account you can only make 5 calls per minute. So in the script there's kind of buffers that waits a little bit of time so you don't go over those API limits. And there is also some limits within Google Sheets and Google Apps script that a script can only run for 6 minutes. So if you have like a lot of transactions here, maybe like 50 or 100, that would probably be too many. And so in that case, what's going to happen is it's just going to run through as many transactions as it can, and then it's going to store a variable in the var sheet that's going to tell it where to start up again. And when it brings up that little summary, it will say, hey, we didn't get through all the transactions, you need to run the script again. And in that case, all you need to do is just run the script again, and it will pick up where it left off and keep running. And if you have a lot of transactions, you might need to do that multiple times. To be honest, I haven't really tested it with hundreds of transactions really, but theoretically I think that should work. But just letting you know, that's how it will work if you do have a lot of transactions. So the script just finished running, and it pops up this little window that tells you how much you deposited, bought, sold, and received in dividends. And then, like I said, if it did not finish going through all the transactions, there will be an additional message down here that'll say you need to run the script again. So once you click OK, that goes away, and then you can see all the dividend payments got added here to the dividend payments and transaction sheet. And the reason that they got added down here is I was actually messing with this earlier and I forgot to change something back, but I will do that. And another thing, I guess, is if you already have transactions in your spreadsheet, what you can do is you can change the variable in the var sheet. So if, for example, you already have up to line 45 filled with transactions, basically what you can do is change the variable here to be 46. So within the var sheet, it says next by row. So that's the next row that it's going to put buy transactions in. So if you wanted it to be like 46, you can just change that. And then next time the script is run, it'll put any buys starting right here. So that's something to keep in mind. And usually all these numbers will update automatically, but you can change them on your own. But if you do that, it could definitely mess things up potentially if you put the wrong number in there and then it tries to start overwriting transactions. That would definitely mess things up. So I would not recommend changing those, but again, you could do whatever you want. I'm not really responsible for what happens there. But I hope this was helpful. If you do have any questions about how to run the scripts, definitely check out the GitHub repository. There's some instructions there that kind of go along with these instructions. If you're still struggling, you can definitely reach out to me. I will be more than happy to help on my email, which is multiple places around here. It's just frank.mularcik.investing@gmail.com. You can reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter, and I will try to help as much as I can to straighten things out. And if you do find any bugs, I'm sure there are some. Definitely let me know, and I'll try to get those fixed. In some of my previous scripts that I've published, people have found some bugs, and that has been really helpful, and I've been able to fix those. So let me know again if you do have any questions. Hope this is helpful, and I will see you in the next video.